Welcome to a late night update. I'm Dean Ryan, and I'm here on the road. I'm in a hotel currently in somewhere in Middle America to do some scouting for a strategic relocation out of Austin, Texas, where it has heated up tremendously over the past couple of weeks, with Antifa now swarming the capitals and 6th Street and everywhere I live and putting their snipers in place. But that's a whole nother story that we've reported on. Now, I'm going to talk very candid tonight because, quite frankly, some intel that I've received, I'm not sure it can wait, and I'm not sure I want to keep it on myself much longer. And then I will address some current news that has currently happened and come into the headlines over the course of the past 48 hours. I received a call from a special force unit, particularly a member, and who pretty much validated a lot of things I've said over the course of the 5 months we've been participating unwillingly in this pandemic nightmare. And he said the following, and I need to share with you guys the following, and then I need to share some personal things on what I intend to do, because I think that's important, as maybe I can be some kind of a focal point of some people, what they may or may not want to do. So learn from my actions, learn from my suggestions, but also learn from my mistakes. So anyways, let me start with the piece of information I received. And on this phone call that took place, I was told some of the following, and I also posed some questions and some intel and some analysis that I've given over the course of the past 5 months. And I started by saying to this gentleman, I said, listen, there is no way out of dealing with these communists, because they're not going to recognize an election as legitimate, or a presidential executive order as legitimate, even a government or a governor order is legitimate, or petition for that fact. So I called for an insurrection in 2017, and I said it's the only way to really get us out of this corporate global Marxism. And this individual told me, who's ran some very special operations overseas, and we'll just leave it at that. He said, well, yeah, that's going to happen. There's a plan. I said, really? You mean to tell me there's a plan for an insurrection? And all these things that I've been talking about? And he goes, well, Dean, your show, and the others have been the most effective pieces of information being put out there, and truly authentic. And he said, well, I know there's a plan, and there's a plan because I've been running the exercises. Really? Running the exercises. And he said, let's just say it's not going to end well for these governors or mayors. So what I'm telling him is, people like Newsom, people like Whitmer, they're not going to be on this earth much longer, and they know it. And these people are not going to turn themselves in to receive a firing squad at Guantanamo Bay or lethal injection. They're going out blazes of glory, or no glory. They're just going out blazing. So with that said, I was pretty much taken aback, because it's getting dark. It's getting really, really bad. I mean, I'll tell you right now, I'm in Boise, Idaho, to scout places to maybe relocate potentially. I'll be very honest with you. However, ladies and gentlemen, Boise is not much different than Austin. It's slightly different than LA or Portland or New York, but it's going the way of the Democrat communist global buffalo, as they say. And the mask mandates are just as prevalent here. I was kicked out of the hotel lobby for not having a mask. I was kicked out of a restaurant and told I was causing a scene, and they brought security because I wouldn't put my mask on that they gave me to then go sit down at the table where I could take it off, which makes no sense. You have to wear a mask, but when you eat, you take it off. And then I would have to wear it to go to the bathroom. I mean, the level of stupidity is a validation to how awful the education system in the Western culture has deteriorated. So I received that information. And then I said, what about the intel I got that Obama and Hillary are going to be arrested in January? Okay? And because this is what I'm getting, and I'm insane right now because I'm infuriated on so many levels, on so many things going on in my life. And I got no response, meaning he wouldn't tell me yes or no, which means there's something that's going to happen to them too. I have an idea of how it's going to happen, but let me tell you one more thing. We have a colleague of the show, our marketing web girl, Bethany, who was traveling in the San Diego area and was pulled over by a border patrol agent in Southern California, Chinese national, totally pulled her over for a cracked mirror, cracked windshield for no reason, pulled her over, searched her illegally, and almost cuffed her. I mean, Chinese nationals are taking over the Border Patrol. Now you may say that's just one incident. No, she told me that's happened to another girlfriend with another Chinese national. They're taking over. They're going to come, like I said in a few updates ago, and put their little army members in these Indian reservations throughout Oklahoma, throughout the border of Canada. These people are ready for their hot war, and it's coming because September 4th, as we've said on the Real Deal Report, we're expecting the Durham report to come out with some major indictments. I mean, you have Trump saying treason. Then his brother dies. Donald Trump's brother dies, who Professor James Fetzer is telling me was a lure to lure Trump into the hospital, say goodbye to his brother, who they potentially may have killed. I don't know. I mean, I'm getting back to the news just like anyone else. It's just I need to get this out because I don't know what's going to happen to me. Who knows? Who knows? So that is going on, and so I'm telling you this insurrection thing is going to happen because these people will not leave. These so-called governors are not governors. They're not Democrats. These are enemy combatants. They're enemy combatants with their little Antifa, their little BLM, who's the protected class. You see the scene out of there where they're taking monuments down in Florida? And some Black Lives Matter reverend has his bullhorn. He's getting protected by the cops, and everyone else protesting them taking down monuments are getting pepper sprayed and arrested. And then Costa Mesa, Orange County, the heart of the resistance, as I call it, you have protesters getting arrested in Costa Mesa for not wearing a mask. I mean, this is the level of war, the level of tyranny that we are now witnessing before our eyes. That's why they wanted us disarmed. So I'm going to tell you this. I'm making this short. This is unorthodox, but I'm on the road, and I'll probably do something else later. I don't know. I'm going to be gone for a while. But I'm really thinking about, on a personal level, I'm really, really tired of running. I'm tired of running. I'm tired of relocating. I'm tired of being disappointed. I'm tired of dealing with the most dumbest people I've ever met in human history. They call themselves baby boomers. They call themselves Gen Xers. They call themselves, millennials. They call themselves Americans. No, you're not Americans. You are fools. You're on the wrong side of history. And I'll tell you this. You've messed with the wrong guy. But I'm the right guy who's going to end this the right way. And we are going for the victory. And I know the people that are watching this are going for the victory. I am going to go back to Austin. I have half a mind to do so. And I'm arming myself to the teeth. And we need to get our armies together like right now. And if this president is going to pull the insurrection like I'm being told he is, he's going to do it under the cover of Antifa, because Antifa was told us that they're going to have 100 hit squads roaming around all the cities, just shooting white people, shooting Christians, shooting conservatives, Catholics, everybody, close to the November 2nd, to the quote-unquote election that may or may not happen. Well, I happen to believe within those Antifa groups that the White Hats or the Navy SEALs or the Patriots, whoever you want to call them, are going to be posing as them, just like they pose as us. And you better watch your ass, governors. You hate us. Well, somebody's coming for you. Somebody's going to be knocking at your door and blow your brains out. in the name of love. Because you got your contact tracers on us, well, we've been tracing you, and you're getting contacted very soon. And that's not me saying that. I'm just the middleman. I'm just the middleman, but I am going out in a blaze of glory. I signed my fate in LA, and I was prepared to die because I didn't know what was going to happen, and I was alone. I'm about to go back, potentially, or not, alone. And guess what? I'm getting ready for the sequel, and I'm signing my fate, and I'm going out Young Guns 2 style in a blaze of glory because I am tired of running, and I have no fear anymore. It would be a pleasure. It would be a pleasure to go out in that fashion, just like an old spaghetti western, but in this case, more updated, modern one, because I'm tired of running from these people. And what are we going to do? We're going to just keep running to the middle of the country, running till we're, rounded up like herded like cows or, cattle? We got to stand our ground. We have to stand our ground because I'm really pissed off and I'm tired. And I don't have much left to give other than, just a fist full of lead. And we have to stand our ground. Because if we don't, then we are going to be the new, and I mean the entire West, but America is very special, but we're going to be the new Jews in the concentration camp unless we say no and draw that line in the proverbial sand and say, don't sing it, bring it. So I'm going to leave you with that. Just remember what I said. Insurrection, it's happening, it's on. And, just remember that scene, Pulp Fiction, towards the end, the brains everywhere, accidental. Well, that may happen again. So for everyone at The Real Deal Report, I'm Dean Ryan. This is your late night update. And I'm going to be on the road. I don't know what I'm going to do. I can't tell you what I'm going to do, but you'll find out. Just remember to stay tuned. Stay awake.